I appreciate anime more and more as time goes on because I feel like it's just taken me away more often than I actually imagined ever before. When I went into this anime, I didn't really suspect too much, but as the time goes on, I'm just kind of appreciating this anime more and more because when you're in a very stressful time period of your life, you can just sit down and watch this anime, and it really does take you away for 25 minutes. It does really relax you, and it does heal you in some ways. It kind of makes your soul just that much better. And yeah, I mean, the correct genre for this anime actually is a healing anime. And I thought to myself, okay, that's kind of interesting. So this episode was no different. This episode was freaking amazing. I loved every single second of it. The very first half was amazing. The very second half was actually even better as well. The one thing I really like about the first half is the fact that when they actually introduce a herb or something into the anime, they don't ever kind of just negate that whole idea. They don't just say, okay, now we're introduced, that's it. Like they don't just do that. They actually later on to the episode actually give you the recipe to how you actually can make it yourself. Or in a way, they actually don't give you the recipe, but they actually can see how it's made, and you can actually see, okay, that's kind of how it's made. And I kind of like that for it, because it doesn't actually just completely just like kind of 180 that and just leave it in the open. It doesn't kind of say, okay, we introduced the herb, okay, let's leave it like that now. No, later on they actually show you how it's made inside in the case of food. It actually is a very, very kind of neat thing to do, because it just doesn't completely negate what they've done before, in a sense it's actually kind of all meaningful. I liked it. I thought it was actually one of those interesting things that as time went on I picked up on it more often, the fact that really don't negate the entirety of the ideas they make. And in the second half, when they kind of actually just kind of says to Chinatsu, oh, do you want some cake? And she's like, okay. And then in the end, she tells them, look, there's actually a cafe near here. It's actually really, really freaking nice. You can go and find it, and you get some cake in it, and it's actually really freaking good. And when Chinatsu, Kei, and Makoto actually go there, really the whole place is very decrepit. But what happens? It kind of actually tells them, look, you actually have to you have to do a prayer, and it actually comes into its own. You actually see the proper how the cafe is, and they actually do that, and the cafe actually turns this beautiful thing. One other thing I have to note is how well this anime looks. This anime looks freaking phenomenal sometimes. I mean, the attention to detail in certain scenes is literally beyond amazing. Like certain scenes look amazing. Like whenever they have a food shot, the food shot looks real. I'm kind of sitting there going, freaking hell, that looks really nice. And then the landscapes get better and better as the weeks go on. I mean, the first half took place in the mountains, and as Kei, Makoto, Chinatsu, and also Chito, and also now actually all got introduced more in this episode as well, all went to the mountains and did some herb picking, because the area in which they were picking the herbs, Kei's friend actually owns it. So yeah, I mean, that whole section looked freaking amazing. The actual mountains themselves look beautiful. It's kind of like, wow, this is actually really nice. I liked how in the whole entirety of the episode, really, you're kind of fearing the bear. You're really fearing this whole bear that might actually attack, but the bear really did nothing. The thing that actually did the most damage really was the frog. The frog was the main damage of the whole entire episode. But still, second half of it, the actual cafeteria, wow, I mean, it was amazing. The cafe was actually really beautiful inside. It's like a mansion. And then the icing on the cake pie in the freaking punk was actually a cake shop. Actually was that actually the ghost, the actual waitress was a ghost. The actual waitress was a ghost, and she's really shy. Like, she doesn't actually show herself because she's so shy. And then what happens is Makoto actually puts like a kind of, I guess, a circle, and she appears, and she's actually really freaking cute. And it's just like, oh, you kind of appreciate the little details in this anime. It's just everything about this anime thus far. Maybe going forward, because once the anime is done, I will pick up the manga and probably, hopefully, review it. It's just so freaking amazing. It just takes you away. It just really makes you appreciate the smaller details in anime. It makes you appreciate there's actually more than just action, quite heavy drama, and sadness. This anime just relaxes you. It takes you away from 25 minutes and really just tells you, look, there's another side of anime that really deserves some more attention. This anime deserves more attention than it really effing gets, because the anime doesn't really get much attention. Granted, I do see more people watching it as weeks go on, but really, it needs just to get more noticed, because this anime is so freaking great. It's my anime of the season. I love it so much. I loved every single second of it so far. I haven't once said to myself, look, I'm going to drop this, it's not doing it for me. No. Every single episode just one-upped it. And this episode just was probably the best so far, in a sense. It was just the ghost. The ghost was shy. She didn't want to show herself. And in the end, she does show herself. And the way that, when she finds out, oh my god, you can all see me, can't you? And then the way that she runs, kind of walks away, the shot of embarrassment, it was just so fun to watch. I loved every single second of it. As it says, this is the anime of the season, possibly my anime of the year so far, just because it's just, it ticks the right boxes for me. It does what it needs to do, and does it so freaking damn well. And I can honestly say, I love it. And the fiddleheads themselves, the fiddlehead herbs, which was the main focal point of the part one, really, whenever they had a product shot of it, really did look freaking great. Like, in the sense, the actual like way it's shown, the way it's portrayed, and how it's actually framed, everything like that, is really freaking well done. And also, the other thing to note really is how great cinematography actually really is. Cinematography in this anime sometimes does look freaking great, in the sense they do play around the focal points of the actual scenery. It makes your eyes focus on the more important parts, and it actually does work in its favour, because you really are focusing on the most beautiful parts of the scenery, and it does add to the entirety of the scene. I love how Shinatsu also doesn't like the whole herb idea, and then in the end says, I've become a better witch, I've got to eat these herbs, I can't be as picky as I am now. So I'm kind of sitting there going, she's learning as well. She's actually slowly becoming what she wants to become, and it's just so freaking great to watch. And I've got to talk about Chito as well, because Chito, slowly as the episodes go on, I guess we actually learn it's a she. She is really freaking great. Since it's actually like she is literally like a breathing character. She is like almost like a person. The fact she's just a familiar to Makoto, but she's actually like living and breathing. She actually has a personality. She actually reacts to every single thing that's going on in the world itself. It's just so freaking amazing to watch. I sit here and I say, I really want a Cheetah in my life, because Cheetah's so freaking great. I mean, she's just so freaking cute. And the way she reacts to everything that's going on just makes it the icing on the cake. But overall, freaking amazing episode. I love every single second of it. And going forward, I don't know what to expect, but I really freaking love this anime. So yeah, with all that said, I have been a driver. So's review was so late, just yesterday I was not feeling myself, so that's why the review was so late. So yeah, with all that said, I've been a driver. If you leave a like, do leave a like. It doesn't make quite a bit. Leave a sub. Do leave a sub. It doesn't make quite a bit. But with all that said, I've been a driver, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.